Welcome back to the mix, you guys. So our first guest is a two-time Grammy-nominated artist coming straight out of Inglewood. You might recognize him from when he won the hit show Rhythm and Flow, but he didn't let that be the end of his West Side story. He just released his sophomore project, War and Wonders, and he's kicking off his very first headlining tour later this month. So let's welcome D Smoke into the mix, you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, D Smoke.
What's going on? How you doing, Zanique?
Good. How you doing, D Smoke? We so happy to have you.
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm blessed and living. How y'all doing? There's a lot of y'all on here.
Yeah.
Y'all deep. I feel like I'm getting jumped. You know what I'm saying?
We like you.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, we come in peace, man.
For sure.
Sometimes.
Y'all heavily armed, you know.
So we want to thank you for coming onto the show. And I just wanted to say as well, thank you for stopping by on the red carpet at Thriller Nights party at the Jackson House and, speaking to me on the carpet. That was really dope. But that was your first time at the estate. So how did it feel being there?
Oh man, it was crazy. Like to be able to walk through and just see the history, a friend of mine was performing there. And so just being in a green room, that's one of the places that Michael just has all these family pictures up. And it was that attic space that he used to kind of just get grounded and remember who he is and reconnect. Just to be in there is kind of dope, knowing what he sacrificed, what he gave to the world, you know what I'm saying? So it was pretty dope. And then of course, they kept the hors d'oeuvres coming, so I wasn't complaining. And
okay.
it was a little spooky at the same time. So it was a lot going on, but it was cool.
The food was fire. I have to say that food
was.
You know what? I was mad though. I was mad because I was smashing the appetizers so quick that when I went through the house and realized it's a whole buffet, and I was already full, I was like, oh man, I played myself. I played myself, but it was a good time.
Okay, so you also just had a birthday a couple weeks ago. So happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
More life.
Thank you.
Okay, what did you do to celebrate your birthday?
I went to Tulum. Everybody, the last 2 years, everybody been posting, I'm in Tulum and shit, you know what I'm saying? and I hadn't gone, but everybody that went also said, even though it's kind of trendy now, it's good reason to go. It lives up to the hype. We were swimming in the caves in the cenotes. We was estábamos festejando cerca de la playa en los restaurantes.
Partying all that stuff. Muy bien.
That's the type of energy we want on the mix.
Todo estaba muy bien, Hey, but my wife did it kind of big. She accidentally rented out this whole hotel resort with 20 rooms, and we only needed 6, but we just had the whole thing to ourselves. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? Forget it. Let's do it. Can we curse on this?
Well, not anymore. We went big time.
Good.
We went big time.
I caught myself.
It's okay. Okay.
She was like, forget it. Let's go. It was a good time though.
So speaking of your beautiful wife, you just got married. Congratulations on that. Congratulations. We love in the mix. That's
Oh yeah.
So did you guys do a big wedding or did you keep it small? How did you guys celebrate?
You know what? Relatively, it was relatively small, but it was still over 200 people there. It could have easily been ridiculous, but we did it in Huntington Beach by the beach. It was beautiful. My family is big enough to just have 200 people on my side. So of course you got some people that's mad, like, oh, how come I didn't get no invite? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You just got to be like, hey, look, I love you. Okay. We just started blaming COVID, like, hey, COVID,
Hey, but look, like you told us on the mix, it's timing for everything, because we've been trying to get you on here since season 1, but we finally got you. So it's a timing thing. That's all you got to say. Perfect timing, baby.
There we go. Hey, random ass story. My brother used to work at Guitar Center. And so I was going up to Guitar Center to fool my brother one time, and your pops happened to be in there buying up the whole store. And I got an old picture somewhere in an old phone where I was like, hey, look, man, I can't leave without getting one. He's like, come on, for sure. And I was with my mom too. So me, him, and my mom took a pic.
Wow, that's the guitar.
That was
center
like
days.
ages ago.
Yeah, no, we used to be in Guitar Center when we first moved out to Cali. Pops used to be in there every day. That's crazy. So full circle.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to see that picture too. So you got to find that.
I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find that, and I'm gonna make sure we send it over.
All right, for sure.
Now, D, you're an artist that never hesitates to shout out where you're from, and that's Inglewood.
I'm on the interview. Yeah, how you doing, though?
How much it means to you, and what it was like growing up in Inglewood, and what it's like now, especially with the changes that's coming up with the new stadium.
So, Inglewood, I always compare Inglewood to nature. You know, like from the outside looking in, people are like, "Oh my God!" You like when I went to the UCLA, and they was like, "Oh, where you from?" You know, I was like, "I'm from Inglewood." You know, and they like, "Oh my God!" And you made it here. You know what I'm saying? And from the outside looking in, people have this one-sided view of what Inglewood is, and it is that, but it's like it's not that 24/7. So it's like the comparison to nature is that you walking around, you see a butterfly. Oh, that's gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? It's trees. So in Inglewood, it's palm trees, blue skies. You know, we get the beautiful West Coast Cali weather, but you just have that element that you have to be aware of. And you know, me and my brothers coming from a household that's full of love, full of music and teaching and all that stuff. But my parents didn't have money. So when it came time to move around, we had to do so by ourselves. We had to catch the bus. We had to, you know, ride our bikes. And that's what puts you amongst that element. But, you know, we were raised to have each other's back and know how to defend ourselves. So that part of it was cool. And but now seeing the developments of the stadium, I'm not one to work against change. You know what I'm saying? Change is a constant. So if I'm over here just gonna complain about it, then, you know, I'm just gonna be the bitter dude on the side. Whereas if there's resources coming into the city, if there are developments, it's like that's a perfect time to get involved and you know, make your presence felt so that people know to consult, you know, the real Inglewoodians, you know. So the mayor has taken a liking to what he's seen my movement become, and we have some things in the works. Snoop has a big stake in Inglewood, and so we got some things that we look to build. So it's either you're gonna be proactive and you're gonna be on the forefront of things, or you're gonna be complaining and you're gonna go out with the old stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I love that.
And that being said, you kind of hit on it. You know, we got a lot of international fans. They want to know what makes Inglewood different from the rest of LA to you.
Inglewood from the rest of we are a proud place, and not that people from LA ain't proud, but it's like Inglewood will test you. Like as a youngster, and this is true to LA too. As a youngster, Inglewood will test you. But once you make it out of Inglewood and you represent for Inglewood, then the whole city embraces you. And I don't know their love, you know. I don't know no whole entire city, because there is no all of LA. You know, there is no all of Hollywood. There are sections. And there are sections in Inglewood, but once you make it out and you're doing something positive, all of Inglewood will embrace you. You know, from the north, people on the north side, I got homies over there that's like, bro, we see what you're doing. We behind you. Of course, my actual neighborhood, the people is like, bro, nigga, they like, excuse me. They like, if you got a problem, you know what I'm saying? If you got an issue, let us know and we'll handle that. And it's just the nature of them feeling ownership of your movement and feeling like they want to support it in all the gangster ways they know how, you know. So.
Well, something that's happening in Inglewood, which is huge, is the Super Bowl is in town this year. So how excited are you for that? And how big is this halftime show going to be?
Oh my God, it's huge. Like these are legends. These are West Coast legends. And so for it to be on the coast, one, I don't know if y'all been to any of the Rams games, but when the Rams games come to the city, once a week, everything is shut down. You know, like traffic, it's so many streets blocked off just to direct people straight to the freeways. The hardest thing is to leave the stadium and stay in the city, because it's like, how do I get to these back streets? You know, so with that being the case for a regular game, like I can't even imagine what the mayhem is going to be for the Super Bowl, you know, but it's exciting. You know, a light shed on the city. And you know, I be doggone if they don't say something about D Smoke when they come to Inglewood. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that.
Don't come through my city. Don't come through my city and not mention your boy. You know, so. But like I said, we real proud. Inglewood is a proud place, and the people that know what's up, the real ones, is gonna show up and be a part of the change that's happening, and not work against it. Of course, just hold people accountable though, so that these changes are made with integrity and with the Inglewood natives and the community in mind, and not at their expense. You know, I be telling people, hold on to grandma's house. You know, people be knocking on doors like, hey, here, I'll make you an offer. And if you ain't hurting, if you don't have to, like, hold on to that house, because the value's only going up, you know what I'm saying? And you sitting on wealth. So
yeah. Lesson of the day right there.
Jim.
You're a gem.
You come from a family of musicians. So tell us what it was like growing up in your home, and you know how much music played in your upbringing.
Man, it was just normal. It was just normal. Like I remember as early as 6 years old, sitting in church, and my mom was the minister of music, and I would just look up and be like, dang, this is what she was practicing at home, and now she's doing this in front of 1,000 people. And it was, my mom has a voice like Whitney Houston, and can play and sing and direct a band at the same time, and is like over the whole music ministry. And so it wasn't just music, it was music plus leadership plus class and elegance. So it's like, I saw it in its highest form, not just in the home, but I saw it weekly at church. And my mom and my dad, both of them are educators in their own right. So when I went home, it was me, Sir, and Sir is Sir Daryl. He'll tell you himself. So it's Davion. My name is Daniel, and my younger brother, Sir Daryl. It's Davion, Daniel, Daryl. We would stand around the piano, and my mom would teach us harmonies, teach us scales, chords on the finger exercises on the piano, all kind of stuff. So we literally had in-home music lessons and stuff. And so to have that and then become teenagers, where my uncle, he brought a whole studio to our house and was like, here, y'all can have all of it, you know? And so we making beats at 13. It's just like, we had no excuse whatsoever to not go after it, you know? And, you know, was signed to pub deals by the time we was 19 and stuff. So we got that real supportive family. So we kind of move with a chip on our shoulder, like, hey, failure ain't an option. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, D Smoke, you are a prime example of, you never know what that person had to do or get through to get to their success. Like, you and your family, y'all are students of the game. So you're not here by accident, man. So I want to give you your roses, because the best is yet to come for you, for real. Even when I seen you on that show, I'm like, that dude right there is a star. I'm just saying.
I was waiting on somebody to say it. I was watching that show like
Day one.
Hey, that's love, man.
Yeah,
that's love.
Let's bring it back a little bit, because before you were a Grammy nominated artist, you were a Spanish teacher. So what made you get into that?
Man, I just wanted to learn Spanish, and just like when I went to college, I had been acting all through high school, and I went to college, and I basically was like, it was a trade-off. Like, if I keep going on all these auditions several times a week, I am going to not be able to read and not be able to finish. And this is after booking shows. I was on CSI, The District, Boston Public, all kind of movies. And I told my manager, like, I don't want to go on no more auditions. And she was like, you're crazy, you know, but I knew that I wanted to graduate from school. And so I chose that. And in the same sense, at a time where we had just got signed to Warner Chappell for pub deals and all this stuff, and we writing songs, and I got an ASCAP award for writing Never for Jaheim. I chose to study abroad, and my brother was like, bro, you're crazy. What's wrong with you? I was like, bro, this is what I want to do.
Wait, you went abroad?
That's so cool.
Yeah, I studied in Costa Rica.
This is a cultured Black man.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. I would recommend it for anybody.
With that being said, you were there teaching and molding the kids.
Yeah.
What did the kids teach you?
Oh man, the kids teach you what cause and effect looks like. You know, like, as many questions as they might ask, I always ask them questions like, what do you listen to? Where are you from? What's it like at home? What's it like here? Because part of being able to educate somebody is being open to learn from them. And sometimes all they have to offer is their experience. They don't walk into your class a blank slate. They come with unfortunately, some of them come with baggage. I'm teaching in hoods, so, but just to be able to listen to them and see what gets them to the place that they're at, or what gives them the kind of energy, that they carry around. So I know if they listen to this kind of music, then they're more likely to be like this. I could kind of tell what their taste was based on how they, I used to have cool ass kids, and I'd be like, what you listen to? And they'd be like, I'm more into like the underground shit, J. Cole, Kendrick. I like this. And this is before they was like at the top, and so they put me up on a lot of stuff. And it just showed me like, look, you are a reflection of your diet. We like to say you are what you eat, but you are what you ingest altogether, and music is included. Yeah. Imagery is included, So, but yeah.
Man,
D Smoke, you don't understand. Like, we knew you were coming to drop gems at the mix, so we're excited. Hey. We're taking all of this in.
Hey, Zoe, look, before we get to the next question, though.
Okay.
Hey, I got breaking news for y'all. Before we get to the next question, D Smoke is doing this interview in Dr. Dre crib. That's all I'm saying. He in Dre crib.
Hey,
this interview.
I hope that's information that the world can know, because they know, but it's love.
Okay, so I'm crazy. So I also wanted to ask you about your partnership with On Our Own. Can you explain the program and what is you all's mission?
So On Our Own was started by David Gross and Nipsey Hussle, and part of that movement, the overall goal of the movement is to educate first Black people around ownership. We historically have been on borrowed land and borrowed time and borrowed this and that. And so it's like, look, we need to be purchasers and lenders and not borrowers and stuff. So what I did, me and David had sat down, he told me about the movement, and we weren't sure what exactly we were going to do. And within this time of just ongoing conversations, my home boxing gym, Broadway boxing gym, the owner passed. And so it was in a position where it's like, we didn't know if it was going to be open to the community or not. And so, I had the conversations with David, like, hey, look, I think we in a position to acquire this property and the business in it. So it's two separate things. It's like, you got the gym, but this property has storefronts downstairs and all kinds of things. And it's like, we can do some real dope things in the community if we move on it, And so we did exactly that. And after it took about a year to even get in a position where we could have the keys and stuff. So now we're like, all right, we got the keys. We conversations away from really revamping it, having state of the art equipment, still keeping that old school boxing gym vibe, but having it look like something special in the hood. It's already special by nature of the people that want to be there. But we have a vision to take it from one level to the next while still maintaining that original feel. So that's where we come in. But of course, David Gross, his vision is beyond just Broadway, and so you will have to ask him about that. But that's one thing we're really excited about.
Nice. Well, D, like myself, the world was introduced to you, your talent, and just how incredible of an artist you are from rhythm and flow. When I tell you, you killed that show. I was listening every episode. I was like, what is he gonna do next? What are the concepts gonna be? I was like, and then he plays the piano and he speaks Spanish and he raps in Spanish. Like, it was crazy, dog. So I have to ask you, how was that experience for you? And what relationships have you maintained from that experience?
Got you. It was crazy. To be honest, when I first got there, I was like, what am I doing here? Like, I was like, it's you in a room with 40 rappers backstage, before, and this is before all the people came from different cities, just in the LA auditions alone, it's 40 rappers. And everybody backstage is rehearsing verses and pacing back and forth. And, I'm a chill dude and I'm a facilitator. So if it's that much energy, I want to pull it together to make sense of it, but I can't do that because I'm not in teacher mode. So I'm just I'm really like, what do I do? And mind you, at the time, I'm still in the classroom. So I'm leaving my day job to do this. And it's 19-year-olds in there. So you don't know what the judges are looking for. Mind you, I'm in my 30s. And so I just felt lost at first. And then, you know, I was like, all right, Smoke, you know, the self-talk kick in, the experience kick in, like, Smoke, go out there, do you, leave your foot on the stage, you know what I'm saying? Stay on them. Look them in their eye when you, look them in their eye, look the judges in their eye, spit your shit. Sorry, shake hands when you,
that's coming out of time.
You know what I'm saying? When you go into that mode, like, man, do you go shake hands with the fans that's down by the stage and leave it all there, and that kept working. You feel me?
Wow.
So, then when it narrowed down, it started making sense. That's when y'all start. By the later rounds, y'all was like, okay, Smoke coming into his own. You know, because that's exactly what happened. I felt like I had the space to really be seen, to really showcase my talent. But everything up to like the battle round, I was like, man, what is this, bro? What am I doing? But after that, when they did the music video, they was like, go back to your city and make a video. I was like, man, I'm pulling the whole hood out. You know, so we did that.
It was fire too.
Yeah, no, you literally killed that show. But on that note, we have to take a quick break. But D Smoke is staying in the mix with us to talk about his new album, tour, and the topic when we come back right here on FOXSOUL.
Yeah.
We are back in the mix with Grammy-nominated artist D Smoke. Now, you recently dropped your second album, War and Wonders. What did you want to do with this sophomore project that you didn't do on the first?
War and Wonders is, I think every artist reaches a point where they want to capture the duality of what it means to be an artist, you know, or even be a human, because we all wrestle with that. So it's like, for example, you got Jay-Z, he did The Gift and the Curse. You got Nelly did Sweatsuit. You know what I'm saying? Either he gonna button up or he gonna be the loose, chill Nelly. And so for me, War and Wonders is like I was talking about Inglewood. It's that warrior spirit that one has to assume in order to navigate a place like Inglewood. But then the wonders is the beauty and the art of living, in my shoes, whether it be in my family or my experience in education or even love. There's a section of the album where I actually deal with, what it means to be a man, choosing love and choosing marriage, and I think it's like, for example, I got a song called Better Half. And it's, from a woman's perspective, if a woman talks about love, 9 times out of 10, it's like how she feels and how she wants to feel and how she wants to be treated. Whereas I feel like there's a perspective from a man's standpoint, like this is the vision and this is how I'm gonna provide, this is how I'm gonna protect, and this is the role that I'm gonna play. And that's like it's a different perspective, but there's a lot of pride in that. And you can also be honest from there. So War and Wonders has all those touches. You go from road rage, talk about the LA streets, to, Clockwork, with Marsha Ambrosius. So it's that balance.
Well, one thing that I've noticed on both your albums is that you don't do a lot of rap features or other rapper features. You mostly have features from singers. Why is that?
I think that's because I want my features to reflect the amount of, or the type of music I listen to, so I think I listen to a whole lot of music and rap is a part of that, and my album is very musical. I'm the rapper on that, you know what I'm saying? And then we want these sounds, we want these elements and these touches in there so that when people listen to it, they have an experience. And on this one, I do have a select few rappers on there. I have, I have Westside Boogie on there, just blessing the song Crossover. I have Toby Nwigwe on the song with me and BJ the Chicago Kid, and these are touches, people who can really speak and leave a stamp on it. I don't care to do I'm not from the school of rap battling, so I don't care to do the like hop on and talk your shit songs. You know what I'm saying? I'll do those. I've done features like that, but for the sake of the album, it's like, hey, let's make this a memorable moment. you know, and a meaningful moment. You know?
I get the vibe that you love R&B. Like, are you a big fan?
Yeah. Big fan of R&B. I used to love, you know what I'm saying? And no points off my gangster, but you know, I was a Destiny's Child fan. I was a Brandy fan. I was a Faith Evans fan. I was, you know, I grew up on Boyz II Men, you know what I'm saying? Fred Hammond, gospel, Donnie McClurkin, you know, so it's.
What about
it's like,
that Keith Sweat? You had some Keith Sweat in there?
A little bit of Keith Sweat. It wasn't, I'm not gonna lie, like what I heard, I picked up, but it wasn't like I popped in the Keith Sweat tape. You know what I'm saying? We for sure popped in the Boyz II Men tape, like, and learned it all.
That part.
But then what switched it over, my transition into rap, other than like hearing and knowing Snoop Dogg from 6 years old, my transition, what made me like and want to rap was Outkast. So you got, you know, they in the Dungeon Family sound with live instruments and all of this, you different elements. It's damn near a circus on the track. That's the kind of stuff that was like, okay, I get this. I see myself in this, and I'm inspired to be influenced by it.
As soon as you said Outkast, Donique lit up because you mentioned Atlanta.
Yes. All you gotta do is mention some Atlanta stuff. You know, I'm gonna turn up.
Let's go. Look, my wife a peach. You feel me? With a little peach on her.
Period. I see. You had to marry her quick.
Look, man, she got that little peach on her too. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yes,
man, let me get to this next question. Y'all getting too
I'm just saying.
right now.
I'm just saying. Georgia. Shout out to Georgia.
We spoke about you coming from a musical family, and we all know and love your brother, Sir. Can we expect a full family project?
Most certainly. Most certainly. That's one of those things that as grown men, I feel like we owe it to ourselves to be like, hey, let us explore our individual artistic identities, because so many groups can't go back out and find their own way. You know, there's like a lead singer and that person might have a look, and then everybody else be like, come on, man, come back to the group so we can do a reunion project, right? Whereas each of us has such a strong identity, and we always have, that it's like, we love that we all getting our own looks. And then like they found out me and Sir were brothers after the fact, you know, and people still finding out. Some people still don't know, you know, but so, yeah, it's important that we find our way, we make our own lane, and then come together. And then it's on some like Power Rangers or Captain Planet type stuff.
Avengers, baby.
You know? Exactly.
We got the best of the best coming together. I'm not relying on you. You're not relying on me. We just going to bring everything together and make it 10 times stronger. And that's a big key in our community, man. You hit it on the head with that, for real.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now D, you have a tour starting in my hometown of Detroit on November 30th.
Yes, sir.
How does it feel to headline your first tour?
Man, it feels incredible. I couldn't be more proud. What's funny is I started off like in 2017, I believe. I went on tour with Sir. Me and Sir were roommates, and he was opening up actually for Miguel on the War and Leisure tour. And I was just playing keys behind Sir. I was in the classroom. That's the first like major break out the classroom I took that year. And he was like, bro, come on tour with me. And I was like, all right, you know, he couldn't even really pay me what I was making in the classroom. But, you know, I told somebody like, you much rather be in a place where you're supposed to be for free than being paid to be somewhere where it doesn't end you up where your goals are. So we went. And so that was my first time seeing what tour looks like and feels like, you know, because it's an experience all together, just moving that fast, hitting the place, leaving your soul on stage and going somewhere else and trying to rest, you know. And so now to be able to do that and it be my music and it be people showing up who connect with the music, it's something special. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely looking forward to you going on tour. When you stop in Houston, I'm gonna have to come check you out. But we do have to take a quick break, you guys. But D Smoke will be staying with us and will be playing a game with us when we get back on the mix on FOXSOUL, you guys.